Heyo. Ryan's got baby. You can hear him in the background. This was a requested video to do what is in Scarlett's library. If you notice, if you saw my nursery tour video, then you saw she has a beautiful pink bookshelf, and it's filled with books that were all given to me by the teachers I used to work with at the preschool. So they're very expertly chosen by teachers. So I picked out some of my favorites off of her library, and I'm going to give you a little list. Now, of course, you have to have the basics. Like, you need your favorite Dr. Seuss stories, Brown Bear, What Do You See? Goodnight Moon, all those kind of things. I'll link some of those classics below. But today in this video, I'm going to show you ones that maybe you didn't hear of when you were a child, some that have become my favorites. So, my first is my favorite author, which is Sandra Boynton. Her last name is spelled B-O-Y-N-T-O-N, and she has tons of stories out there. They're all very short, they're rhythmic and rhyme, and they're fun for kids, I would say up to probably 6 years old, and as little as Scarlett. She likes the stories, and she can kind of, you know, see that they're silly. So she has a bunch of different characters that she uses and kind of recycles through the stories, even though the stories are all different. This little Pookie guy, this one's so cute because I think these stories are kind of told by his mom. I think she sort of narrates them, the big mama piggy. And one of my favorite ones is called What's Wrong, Little Pookie? And in it, the mama says, "What's wrong, little Pookie?" And he's looking like this. And Ryan's looking at me. And she goes through and said, like, do your toes hurt? Does your nose hurt? Do you have a fever? You know, why are you sad? And through the whole thing, at the very end, she goes, "But what's wrong, little Pookie?" And he goes, "I forget." And that's the end of the story. So these are really cute. My all-time favorite of the Sandra Boynton books, you can get them in these collections. My favorite is the Going to Bed book. I love this one. It's a little nighttime routine story, a cute little rhyme inside. And I think it's supposed to be like Noah's Ark animals, because the last page, it shows them going to bed in their boat, and it says, "The moon is high, the sea is deep, they rock and rock and rock to sleep." But it doesn't really reference Noah's Ark any other way. She also has like fabric books. Most of hers are sold in board form, but you can get fabric and foam books. This one's for bath time, comes with a washcloth, and the story inside is about washing the animals on each page. So lots of fun stuff. Now, a trick that I have learned is Scarlett has started to get a little bit wiggledy when we change her diaper. And instead of just sticking a toy in her hand to distract her, I usually try and give her a book, because it's a good opportunity to get her interested in how pages turn and to make sure that she's for sure going to play with a book at some point in her day. I can do it during diaper changes. It piques their interest a bit. So yes, Sandra Boynton all the way. And Ryan's favorite is Pajama Time. He reads this almost every night, and we know the rhyme so well that we say it when we're putting her pajamas on. Yes, yes, yes. I also like Barnyard Dance a lot, so wherever that one is. Snuggle Puppy's good too. Just love Sandra Boynton. Okay, aside from her, this was my favorite book as a little girl, and they have it in regular book form too, not just board book, but it's the monster at the end of this book, and it's told by Grover, so you have to use your Grover voice when you read it. And all throughout it, Grover is warning you on every page to stop reading this book. Don't get closer to the end, because there's a monster at the end of this book. And he does everything to try and stop you from turning the pages. But when you get to the end, you find out it's just Grover. He was the monster at the end of this book. And he ends it by saying, "Oh, I was so embarrassed." Scarlett loves this. I think it's because of the different voices we use with it. Usborne books are really popular right now. Usborne is the publisher, I think. But they do these kind of like Tupperware parties. You can go to Usborne book parties, and they're parent recommended books. So if you can get your hands on some of those. This one's different lullabies, and they always have gorgeous illustrations. I'm not opening many of the books because I'm not really sure how copyright with books go on video. If you're looking for a gift book, this Nancy Tillman, this author, she has beautiful keepsake gift books that are great for baby showers. This one was given to us before Scarlett was born. It's called On the Night You Were Born. It talks about how the animals and creatures around the planet sang your name. And it's just beautiful. It's really pretty. And it has a place somewhere in here for little baby footprints. So that's really cute. And this is for wherever you are, my love will find you. So if you have... Brian's trying to distract me. It's working. if you have a grandparent who lives far away, or if you are, you know, you are an aunt or a grandma or someone that doesn't get to live close to your grandchildren, this is a really good story. You can write something special on the inside. Okay, another fun one that's new. This is called Children Make Terrible Pets. It's just a fun, cute little story about how this bear wants to keep this little human boy for a pet. And then if you're looking for a children's Bible, this is a really nice one. It's the Jesus Storybook Bible. It's nice because it's not just random Bible stories. It's kind of laid out in a way that sort of transitions them into maybe a older child's actual Bible. But it is the stories, and the illustrations are gorgeous in this. This is written by Sally Lloyd Jones. It's called the Jesus Storybook Bible. Since there's so many of them, I'll tell you the publisher. Zonder Kids, Zonderkids. It's like Zondervan spinoff. Okay, so like I said, I'll put all the classics below, but then the last thing I have to recommend, and I know some people are against this, but I love it, is the Baby Einstein DVDs. All these are is they show visual images on the screen with classical music playing in the background. Visual toys, so like an actual toy of Scarlett's, if she had a toy tomato, the toy tomato like comes up with a black background and it does a little thing across the screen and then it's gone. And then another toy, here, another toy comes on and it does something across the screen. And that happens with classical music. There's other ones too with languages and stuff, but Scarlett watches it like this. She loves it. So if I cannot get her to sit still, or I just have to get off this one phone call or send out this one email or fold the laundry or something, I know that I can put that video in and she will be fixed to it. She just loves it. In fact, if you get in the way of the TV, she's like, which I know isn't good for a child to be obsessed with the TV, but it's just Baby Einstein. It's not like flashing, you know, subliminal messages or anything. So I love Baby Einstein. I think the creator is a genius. Those are my book recommendations. My dining room table is covered with books. Put your favorite children's books below. I want to take some suggestions. I really like the short and sweet ones because if my kid's going to be like me, she's going to want, you know, 9, 10, 11 books read at night. So trick her into thinking we're doing a lot when really we're just reading these quickie little books. Thanks, guys. Bye. Aren't you calling her like a kitten? You're like, come here. Okay. This was a requested vid by vid. I hate that word. Continue on or start over? Continue on. This was a start over.